Hi everyone, welcome to our next module of reading. Today we'll be talking about summarizing. One of the types of questions on the IELTS reading section is a summary completion. And the summaries here provide a shortened version of the information in the text, or sometimes just part of the text. To do this, the summary usually paraphrases. That means it uses words that mean the same thing, but that are slightly different than the original text. Your IELTS summaries can test your understanding of the whole text or the details of just part of a text. So how can we do this completion? Read the instructions first to see if it is a summary of the whole text or just part of the text. Next, read the whole summary. Try to guess the missing words. Use keywords in the summary to scan for the information you need. Remember to scan for synonyms of the keywords too. The word in the summary may not be exactly the same as the word in the text. Copy the words or numbers directly from the text. Spelling counts. You need to spell it correctly. Reread the summary and check for the content. Does it actually make sense? And also check for the grammar. So here are two examples of summary questions. In the first example here, choose no more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. It doesn't mention a specific paragraph or a specific part of the text, so we should assume this is the whole article. And this is important. You're going to choose the words from the text. It has to be words that they used in the passage. When you read the summary, you might have an idea in your head, but if it's not in the passage, it will not be correct. Our second example shows here to complete the summary of paragraphs E and F with the list of words A through H below. In this particular summary, it's not the whole article, it's just a small part of it. You can go straight to E and F. And in this one, it also has a box with words underneath that will help you complete that summary. So let's try an example. Here's one that we need to choose no more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. So that means it could be 1 word or it could be 2 words, but no more than 2. So 1 is okay, 2 is okay, 3 is not okay. Okay, so here's our summary. Let's read through it first. Start with the title. What steps should schools take to reduce bullying? The most important step is for the school authorities to produce a blank, which makes the school's attitude towards bullying quite clear. By the time we get to this part, we will have done a quick skim of the article, so we might have some ideas already. But let's continue quickly through. It should include detailed blank as to how the school and its staff will react if bullying occurs. In addition, action can be taken through the blank. This is particularly useful in the early part of the process as a way of raising awareness and encouraging discussion. On its own, however, it is insufficient to bring about a permanent solution. Effective work can also be done with individual pupils and small groups. For example, potential blank of bullying can be trained to be more self-confident. Or again, in dealing with group bullying, a no-blame approach, which avoids confronting the offender too directly, is often effective. Finally, playground supervision will be more effective if members of staff are trained to recognize the difference between bullying and mere blank. Okay, so here's the article that goes with it. As I said, we would have done a quick skim reading the first sentence already, and through that you would know the response to bullying and what the school should do about it is in this last part of the article. So we'll zoom in straight to this part. Okay, so starting right at the beginning, scan through. So we see that word about bullying and policy here, giving explicit guidelines on what will be done if it occurs. Let's look back at the summary. So the most important step is for the school authority to produce a blank, which makes the school attitude towards bullying quite clear. It should include detailed blank as to how the school and its staff will react. So we saw a phrase that was a lot like that, right? Let's go back. Oh, sorry, wrong way. This way. So what will be done if it occurs? If we look back there, oh, maybe that word guidelines fits in there. And a key step, I see that word policy there. Maybe that will fit in there. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, so we can fill in these words here. The most important step is for the school authorities to produce a policy. Which makes the school attitude towards bullying quite clear. It should include detailed guidelines. Remember, if you're not sure of the spelling, go back and check because spelling counts. Okay, so we've got a new paragraph here. We can guess the next answers are probably in the next paragraph in the reading too. Okay, so if we jump down to here, other actions can be taken to back up the policy. There are ways of dealing with the topic through the curriculum, using video, drama, and literature. Oh, action can be taken through the, yeah, so we just saw that. Through the curriculum. So let's fill that in there. Curriculum. Again, if you're not sure of the spelling, go back and check. curriculum. Yes, okay. We go to another paragraph. Chances are it's in the next paragraph in the text. So if we jump down, there are also ways of working with individual pupils or in small groups. Assertiveness training for pupils who are liable to be victims is worthwhile. Okay, so again, individual pupils in small groups, potential blank of bullying. So if we look back at that again. Oh, oops, sorry, next one. So maybe it's that word victims there. Victims of bullying. So we can fill that in here. And we can skip down to the last one, and we can guess it's a new paragraph. It's probably a new paragraph in the text. Playground supervision will be more effective if members of staff are trained to recognize the difference between bullying and mere blank. So the difference between bullying where did we have it here? The most serious kinds of bullying can be prevented. The more effort put in, and the wider the whole school environment, the more substantial the results are likely to be. The consequent improvement in pupil happiness is surely a worthwhile objective. Okay, I don't see it there. Let's go back just a little bit. So we're looking about the difference. I see now a word about distinguish bullying from. There it is. So my first idea was it's probably here. In this case, it actually wasn't. They'll trick you a little bit sometimes. But we've got it. Distinguish bullying from playful fighting. So we'll just put that in here. Remember, we can use two words. So that is acceptable. Playful fighting. Okay, so that basically is how we do this summary section. This is the harder type, where we must find those words directly in the passage. As I said, some of them have a box that has a list of words that you can choose from. That makes it a little bit easier. But we attack both of these types of summaries the same way. Read it first, have a general idea of what goes in that line, and then go back, scan for the specific words. Remember to scan for words that mean almost the same thing, like here about difference, and in the text we saw distinguish is a good example. And then remember, spelling does count. Go back to that text and check. Or if you're copying from the box, check your spelling. Make sure you spell it right. You might have the right word, but if you forgot one of those R's, it's not going to count. They're very strict about that, so make sure you double check your spelling. Okay, so now go back to our content area. Look for some exercises. We'll find some summary questions there, and let's practice and let's get better at this. You can do it. Good luck.